now that you start really realizing the value of what it is that you start contributing, can you talk to the importance now of protecting your own IP in these spaces and making sure people don't play with your brand? Because this is something I know that you have to deal with constantly. And it's like a matter of, if I don't deal with it, guess what? They will run off. They will play. They will try to profit off of maybe something that I've brought to the market or shit like that. So can you speak to that side of the business? Because I feel like a lot of artists and creatives sometimes, they want to just think about the creativity, the passion, or whatever it is.
They want to sweep it under the rug.
You don't want to think. You have to think about the legalities of everything that you're dealing with.
Yeah, you have to think about these things, and I think especially coming up as like a nail tech and then a nail artist and being in that particular space. When you look in the beauty industry, when you see how the industry kind of moves, they kind of treat us like the bottom of the barrel, right? So I think a lot of nail techs and nail artists kind of, when they think about business, they don't necessarily think about it from the perspective that they fall under the creative umbrella. So I've kind of had to like really, just based on the work that I've created over time and having to shift my mind and be like, no, I'm an artist and nail art is a medium. And one of the things that I strive to do is shifting the perspective of how nail art exists in the beauty and the art space. So like the first time I ever heard of like trademark, there's this nail artist that I used to work with back in the day. Her name is Natalie. And I saw like she was the first person that I saw that went off on her own, opened her own business as an independent nail artist. So I reached out to her, and one of the things she told me, she was like, "You need to trademark your brand." I was like, "What's that?" She's like, "You need to legally register your name." She's like, "And get a lawyer and pay a lawyer to do it for you." And she was like, "I know it. You're gonna look at the prices and hear their rates. You're gonna think it's expensive, but it's the best investment you will ever make in your life." And
good game right there.
Yo,
good game right there.
Natalie, like Natalie
that shit
really
is expensive, but it is.
you
need to do it.
Yeah, but it's an investment. Would you rather spend 3, 4, 5 stacks now and protect your brand, or having to or see multi-million dollar company, or even another smaller brand jack your whole shit and profit from it and make mad bread off of it? And then now you're sitting here and you can't even fight it because you don't fucking own the trademark, so you can't defend your work. And even when you own the fucking trademark to your business, there are certain things it's still a fight. There are certain things you still can't fight. So that really just took me on a run, because I was like, no, I need to trademark everything. And that's so important, because your intellectual property is an asset. Your intellectual property is yours. There's ownership is major. I don't remember the person that I heard this from. I was watching the roundtable that Kanye did with the Black people in media. Okay. And someone on there, oh my God, I don't remember this woman's name. I did quote her on Twitter. I wish I remembered. My brain doesn't work as well as it used to.
We'll get in the
but
show
we'll get it in there. And I remember her saying, your intellectual property is your equity. It is your legacy. And we all know about ownership. When you think about, historically, especially as Black folks in this country and even around the world historically, ownership is not something that we were taught to really be on top of. And even when we did own certain things, it was taken away. When you look throughout history and all these, inventions that were created, there were a lot of Black inventors, but you seldom see them get credit for it. Or you see niggas like Thomas Edison were jacking patents left and right to keep people from getting, getting credit and money off of what they were creating. So I was like, nah, I need to protect everything. I keep everything, not everything, but I keep things close to my chest. I had to really shift my mentality and think to myself, okay, if I really do see myself as a brand and I see myself as a growing company, then I have to start thinking like these big fish. Because anything they do, they're protecting everything. This is why you see even the Kardashians left and right, they're popping up with trademarks left and right. Because they want ownership of their things, and anything that has to do with making money, you want to get profit and residual income from your own shit. Especially as artists, we don't only create, to sustain a livelihood, but we create because we're this is something that's like right here. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's you know, your
And you see
innermost
that through what
passion.
you do. Yeah, and you
Yo,
see it. You can
like
see it through your shit for sure.
like I really like that's just I don't even have words. I don't even have
Right.
words. Just
Yeah.
like, you know, certain artists have, you know, a canvas, or some people, you know, do screen printing, or you have architects that deal with, you know, building, you know, structures and shit, interior designs.
Right.
Like as a nail tech, as a nail artist, it's the same thing. And if anything, put some respect on our fucking name. So we be putting art on tiny ass canvases. Like
For sure.
Right.
Early.